Let's say a person listening to this podcast and then understands about metabolic health and they feel like their metabolic health is very low and everything and they want to work on the 5 pillars that
Yeah.
you're talking about. How long does it take on average if they take a new resolution now?
Yeah. It also depends on the consistency.
Mm,
So again, I'll take myself as an example, right?
mm,
When I went through this process, did my genetic testing, I found that I don't I don't process milk very well.
mm.
And a South Indian, if you take away yogurt, you might as well end life as much because we finish every meal with the yogurt
Right.
rice, right? Thai sadam illame, I mean, how
Yes.
do you finish any meal? So it took me 4 years to actually start quit dairy.
Mm,
It took me a long time to understand that I don't need rice 3 times a day.
mhm,
I'm not utilizing that much energy.
mm,
So it all depends on how well educated you are, how motivated you are, and how consistent you are. I
mm,
have seen some patients who dramatically change in 90 days. I don't even recognize them
mm,
because they put in so much of effort and they're able to sustain. So I feel it's the mindset.
mm,
But the other thing, also very important, don't get connected to the end result, which is like people will say, I want to lose weight.
mm,
But why do you want to lose weight? You need to say that. Why
mm,
do you want to lose weight? And what do you want to lose weight for? Like, is it to resolve a disease, to look good? If you want to look good, why do you want to look good? Is it
mm,
for a wedding? Is it for, this? You need to connect to the purpose. But in general, what happens is if the motivation and purpose is very strong, you are very consistent because this is important for you.
mm,
Like I'll say somebody in my age, they'll say, I want to play with my grandkids.
mm,
That's a very strong motivator. That might be good. That gives you long term lifestyle changes, right? But when you say, I want to go for a wedding, and we've seen this a lot of times, people lose weight for their wedding, and soon after the wedding, they gain all that weight back.
mm,
So that is not a good goal, right? If goal is health, you have to create changes that are consistent and that are permanent.
mm,
That's why diets never work, because
mm,
diets are not permanent. You have to make a shift and say, it's like the best example I give is I don't know if you've had any Jewish friends. They don't
I do.
eat bacon, right?
Yes, they don't.
Yeah. Even if they've had bacon before, once they adapt that, they decide that I'm going to be an Orthodox
Mm,
and I'm going to be very, very much true to my religion, they don't touch bacon even if they like it, because that identity is there. You have to identify, health should be your identity.
mm,
The problem with the Indian community, disease becomes their identity. They say, I'm a diabetic,
mm,
I'm a hypertensive. Once you start identifying with your disease, it's very difficult for you to shift your health. But if
mm,
you say, I want it, like if you look at it, we have pink ribbons, we have fundraisers, we have walks, we have triathlons for diseases. Who is running a triathlon or fundraising if somebody says, I want to become strong and healthy? No one.
mhm,
It's all on you.
uh-huh,
So, as a community, we celebrate disease. We will do fundraising for disease. We will talk about disease. And we think of getting healthy as a lot of work because it is.
mm,
And so the best way is to raise awareness with your children that health is non negotiable. Because you can be, if you look at that, you've seen that saying, a rich man can have a lot of desires, but a sick man has only one,
mhm,
right? And once you have disease, people will be willing to give anything to get back their youth, their vibrancy. So focus on health, stop focusing on disease. So, but then that's the other extreme also. People will come to me and say, I don't want to take any medicine. I
mm,
have high blood pressure.
mm,
I want to naturally cure it. So, what does naturally curing something mean? It means you have to change everything that you have been doing that created the blood pressure in you today,
mm,
high blood pressure.
mm,
So, are you willing to do that? That's what is overwhelming. So, I feel that's where we're failing because uh, we want to feel healthy, we want to get healthy, but we don't want to do the work. That's called the mismatch between the input goals and the output requirement,
Huh.
right? If I want to lose weight, I have to be willing to forego the samosa, but I want to have the samosa and I want to lose weight. That doesn't work.